So, how's things going with you? Uh, Things have changed, obviously, in the world around us since the last time I talked to you guys. Funny thing is, I actually had another video that I recorded probably about a week ago. I was doing a video specifically on coffee, and I chunked the whole thing. I didn't like it. I didn't like how I sounded in it, and I feel like I didn't cover the topic well enough because it was mostly me just talking about my relationship with coffee and when I started learning about it and liking it. I didn't like it. It was bad. It was not any good. And I started trying to edit it, and I said, to hell with it. I'm just gonna throw it out. It's gone. It's done. I might revisit that in the future. Obviously, I got other shit I can work on. And man, remember that sushi video I kept talking about? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I still have my my Dotonbori and Sotenbori comparison video to do there and finish up. I got some B-roll for that pretty recently, so I just needed to piece it together and then do some voiceover, and we'll be good. But that's not the topic at hand today. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mention it by name because I know I'm not monetized, at all, so I don't have to worry about it. But I know it's something that if people are monetized, if they mention it by name, they start talking about it, it's something that can get you flagged and get your video demonetized. So we're not going to mention it by name, but I mean, it's the elephant in the room. We know what's going on. We all know what's going on at this point. And thankfully, it's not to the degree that things are horrendous. Obviously, things are bad. Things are not good right now. And a lot of places are starting to lock themselves down. Here in the state of Nevada, as of yesterday, St. Patrick's Day of all days, when it's usually very busy and all the bars are hopping, they got a bunch of people in there, they got specials going on, all the casinos are gonna be doing the same thing with their bars. That is not the case. The governor of Nevada basically said, all right, non-essential businesses are closed for the next 30 days. So, places like hospitals are obviously going to stay open, gas stations, grocery stores, places that serve food, that do takeout or drive-through or deliver, they're all staying open. But if they're a dine-in only establishment, they're done, at least for 30 days. It's crazy. I have never in my lifetime, and I'm sure this is the same for a lot of people, I've never seen anything like this. The strip as of 4:30 yesterday was done. Most places were already wound down. They were starting to close. I think the mandate was by today, and today's March 18th. The mandate was by noon today, so by the time I'm starting to record this, it should already be in effect. Those businesses are, not going to be doing business for the time being, at least 30 days, I believe. It's crazy. We don't even have that many cases in this state so far, thankfully. As of this morning, I believe it's about 55. We have one death in Nevada. Nevada so far, and it probably kind of helps that, there's not a ton of major metropolitan centers in the state. Like half the state's very rural. There's not a ton here. We're not like places like Washington, which have over 1,000 cases. They actually have as many deaths in that state as we have cases here in Nevada. Or someplace like New York, I think that was 1,600, over 1,600. Apologies real quick if the lighting just changed. I forgot to turn off my alarm while I'm recording. The things we forget when we do this. So it stopped recording and I had to bring it back, and yeah, the lighting's probably all fucked up. So we'll just keep going on there. But yeah, overall, things are bad, but they could be a lot worse. And certainly in this state, I think people would see shutting down non-essential businesses as a bit of an overreaction. But considering how far we've lagged behind in this country on taking this entire thing seriously, first off, and there's a lot of people now, I think, even as the stakes are starting to rise and people are being displaced now, their jobs are being temporarily shut down, they're probably still going to not do the right thing. Doing the right thing meaning social distancing and staying home You know, I've started to feel I don't go many places. You know, I go for walks. I go to, you know, I go get coffee if it's cheap enough and stuff like that. And I don't stick around those places and I head out. I even felt kind of bad doing that because as of last Friday, I thought I was getting sick. Not from this, but just in general. But of course, getting sick for anything else during this time is going to be, you know, it's gonna raise all kinds of, you know, fun anxieties, not only in yourself but people around you. And you know, I don't want to get people sick. You know, my normal TV night with friends is Fridays, and I decided against my better judgment, even though I felt kind of unwell. Thankfully, I feel fine now. I believe it might have been the time change with daylight savings, which has actually messed up my sleep schedule pretty badly, as well as just, you know, I don't know. It was something with the weather. It could have been anything. I did feel a little bad. I got about halfway to my destination and then contacted them and said, hey, I'm not coming this week. I'm gonna head home, you know, just in case. Because one of our group already has a pre-existing lung condition that makes it hard for them to breathe, and this is a respiratory illness that's going around. And that's the last thing you want to give to somebody. You know, my friend's house, his parents live literally right next door to him, and they're old. And this is something that's affecting elderly people a lot more. Heaven forbid if I got anybody else sick. I would not want to get his parents sick because, you know, it's bad enough going, oh shit, I gave this to you. What would happen? To me, knowing myself, I would not be able to handle the regret and the guilt of potentially accidentally causing someone to lose their life. So, you know, I made a bad errand judgment leaving the house in the first place, but I made up for that at least a little bit by going home, and I've been here pretty much ever since. I've gone for walks, you know, I've gone to 7-Eleven, but, you know, certainly there I don't dilly-dally a whole lot, and those places are open. And really, with those places being open and I'm showing up, grabbing something and leaving, I'm not hanging around. I'm putting myself at risk a little bit, but I'm not putting myself as much risk as I could be. You know, certainly I kind of don't want to take the bus. We're talking about the strip being closed down. One of the first thoughts that came into my head was, I would love to go down there and film right now because, you know, this is potentially never going to happen again. Who knows? But that's a vlog in and of itself, going down to these areas like the strip or downtown while they're closed down, because it's crazy. But I also don't want to get on a bus because, you know, you never know. Going back to what we already previously mentioned, there's some people that just aren't taking this seriously enough, and they need to be. They really do. I don't care if you think it's not as bad as the flu. You know, we're not shutting down shit because of the flu. We know how to handle this, and right now we don't quite know how to handle this, or we do, well, we need to get everything, you know, we need to get that ball rolling and get everything figured out. And once we have the systems in place to be able to handle it, then yeah, maybe it won't be as big of a deal in the future. This could be something that might go around for a while, you know, and, you know, come and go just like the flu does, but we don't know. We do not know. So really it's on people to just, you know, it might sound a little harsh. It's on people to not be fucking assholes and just do their part. You know, stay the fuck home. We all got stuff we can do. I got shit I can do. Other thing it's funny, it's actually a little bit harder for me to stay inside now because generally it was my choice to stay home and not go out and do a whole lot. But I knew I had the avenues to go do something. You know, if I wanted to go someplace, if I wanted to go hang out with somebody, I could do that. And, you know, businesses were open and it was fine. It was just my choice of, hey, I'm not going to do that. Now I don't have those a lot of those options. And, you know, my TV night every week with friends for now, and, you know, for good reason, has been called off. You know, when we're going to reconvene on that, we'll see. But, you know, I only had so many social functions during the week, and I don't have those. So it's making me worry. Like I'm not stressing out to the point where I'm like, shit's gonna get really bad and it's not gonna get any better. But are other anxieties starting to flare up, and am I worried? Yeah, I am. And there's at least a few points this morning. You know, I woke up much earlier than I needed to, but I couldn't sleep anymore because, you know, I'm thinking about what's going on in the world at the moment and hoping everybody else that I know and I care about is okay. But I'm also thinking about my future too, and just what's going to happen, because it was already pretty uncertain when things were okay. And now, you know, people being displaced from their jobs temporarily and not knowing how they're going to be able to take care of their bills and everything. You know, I've been in that point for a while, and now it's even worse because even though places like grocery stores or Amazon, although Amazon's not listed anything out here in Nevada or Las Vegas. I checked their website for something like their warehouse or delivery jobs, and they're not listing anything for Nevada, which is weird. But some of the grocery stores are starting to ramp up hiring to meet with demand. I've applied for those, but I don't know. Anything else that I would have had going, whether it was with the place I interviewed with, good Lord, 2 months ago, or any temp agency I talked to, that's all going to be put on hold because a lot of these people are either going to just wind down their operations for the time being, or they're going to be working remotely. They're not going to hire people, man. They're not going to hire anybody. You know, so those are kind of just dead ends. And if they don't have anything in place, man, if there's anything to take away from this, it's that we should have already had universal basic income in place for Americans. So that way nobody ever had to worry and be like, oh shit, what am I going to do if my job shuts down? Well, no, if we had basic income, it'd already be there. You'd just be able to go, okay, it's already there. I got the money. I can take care of shit. But, you know, hey, if you want anything to take away from that, there you go. We can start getting that shit rolling. But yeah, it's uncertain, and there's definitely been a few moments where I'm not gonna give up, but I can see that pit of despair in front of me, where it's like everything's on the precipice. Things I believe are going to get better, and they're not going to take a super long time to get better. You know, we're in a really weird spot right now where there's going to be some uncertainty and it's going to be hard, but you know, we've weathered through this, and we've weathered through maybe not something to this particular degree, but you know, we've all had problems in the past, and we've all seen small national crises. And you know, we went through a recession 12 years ago, and that hit a lot of people really hard, and that caused a lot of unemployment and uncertainty. You know, and I've been through enough times of uncertainty to know that it sucks, and sometimes it takes longer than you would like to get through it, but you can get through it, and once you do, it's fine. But right now, yeah, it's just all I could do this morning is wake up, eat breakfast, and make some coffee. Making coffee, back to coffee, was at least a slightly therapeutic. I like making it, and I don't think I'm great at it, but at the very least, you know, having good quality beans and grinding them fresh and just making a nice pour over cup of coffee is a bit of a relief. It's an escape from the rest of the day and what's to come. I hope you guys out there that are watching this, I hope you're okay, and I hope things will turn out decent. You know, if you've had your job closed down for the time being, you have my condolences, and I hope you can get through this. Certainly hope that, you know, states are going to start giving people unemployment benefits. I'd love to be able to have a little bit for myself, because I'm in the same. I've been in the boat of no work for a while, and you know, with my last bit of unemployment, it already got exhausted. And quite honestly, at this point, I need the assistance, because things aren't going to get better anytime soon. You know, if it does, it's going to be like May. But you know, if you are working, hopefully you're in a spot where you won't have a whole lot of people to have to come in contact with. You know, stay safe, stay healthy. If you're at home, I hope you have enough stuff to be able to keep you occupied, because Cabin fever is going to be a real thing for some people, man. Hey, Kamen Rider is out, you know, on several different streaming services. So, original Kamen Rider TV series. So, pop on that. It's 96 episodes. It's fun, and you can have something to pass the time and while you're working on other stuff, man. But really, I guess the only thing we can leave it at is the best we can do right now for ourselves is just keep our chins up and know we're gonna get through this and things will work out okay. Because sometimes that's all we have is just the hope that, hey, you know, things are gonna get better. And, you know, you can chime in down below and let me know how you guys are doing, how you're holding up. You know, it's only just starting, so we'll see how everybody's doing in a month. But, you know, I hope everything's okay for you guys, and just support each other. Obviously, keep practicing social distancing, and, you know, don't expose each other or yourselves to anything too much. You know, you only go out as much as you need to. You know, go for walks around your neighborhood. I'm gonna still do that because I don't really have to deal with people, and, you know, getting the exercise ain't gonna hurt nobody. And other than going to the store, that's about all we can do right now. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll get through this. Yeah. I hope. No doomsday shit. That's not gonna help anybody out. But support each other as much as you can from the channels that you can, you know, via social media and stuff. Spread the memes. Memes make people laugh. Maybe it'll help relieve some of the tension of these times that we're currently in. Don't spread any false information, for God's sakes, because if you do, you'll get hunted down later. And call out people that do spread that kind of shit and people that are being assholes. Do it in a nice way. Kill them with kindness. You know, let them fall on their own sword. But, all right. Enough rambling out of me. Take care of yourselves, folks. And I'll keep working on stuff, and hopefully I can share some stuff with you and streaming over on Twitch and everything. So until then, peace out.